Hey friends, Mindy here. Today is the third installment in the What You Create challenge that I'm doing in collaboration with Jade over at Etched by Faith. And today I'm actually going to be working in my Bythewell4God kit for this challenge. The challenge that Jade gave was the word hidden. So I'm going to be creating some hidden journaling in my devotional journal here that I have created. So I'm going to be working on day 7. And this is talking about some attributes of Jesus and about him being the living water and looking to him for, for all the strength and everything that we need. So I'm just pulling out some of my pieces here. I have an idea for what I'm going to do because I'm going to be hiding a prayer and some journaling here. So I pulled out this beautiful pattern paper that goes with the kit, and a journaling card that actually came in the kit, and then a flashcard that you can get also to coordinate. And the first thing I'm going to do is just put this down on the cover. I knew that I wanted to use this on the cover, so I'm just using my ATG gun here, and I'm going to glue this down, and then I will just trim off all of the excess, and then I'll save those pieces to use later. The paper that I'm using is 6x8, and obviously my book is not that size, so I'm just going to trim this down here a little bit, and then I'm going to move to the inside. And so I have an idea that I want to write out a prayer. After going through this devotional, there was just some thoughts that were kind of running around in my mind, and so I knew I wanted to write out a prayer, and this is going to be the part that is hidden. So I have this, it's actually dot grid paper from Archer and Olive. It came like in a pad, and so I'm just going to use this to kind of be the background for this part of my folder, and then it's going to hide the prayer that I'm going to write out. So I'm just kind of following the same process. I'm just gluing it down and then trimming off the excess, and then I decided I would go ahead and do it on the other side as well. And because there are a lot, you can kind of see the devotional sitting there. There's a lot of scripture on this day. And so, well, in this whole entire devotional, there's been a lot of scripture, and which I love, and I like to write them out. So I need the more space that I can get, the better. So I'm just going to use that left-hand side for writing out some of the verses. And so I have this piece of paper. You can see I have already actually cut off a little corner there that I used for something else, and I thought it would be fun to just kind of leave it like that as a hint that I had that there was something else back behind there. So I'm just measuring this out, just marking with my pencil so that I know where to trim down this piece of paper so that it will fit on here, and just taking out my little trimmer, and I'm going to cut along those marks that I made. And then at this point, I realized this would be really cute, kind of like this. I kind of liked how that was going. And then I realized when I flip it open, the dress forms on the other side are going to be upside down. And I know that probably I would be the only one that would see that, but I just couldn't, in my brain, it just wouldn't, I couldn't do it. So I went ahead and flipped the paper upside down and just left that kind of triangle space in the bottom right-hand corner, and just as a kind of nod that there's something down there. And then I decided, I was kind of toying between if I wanted to glue this down or kind of create a tip in, but what I decided to do is I'm going to take it's about 3/8 of an inch, I guess, and I'm just going to score down the side of this paper, and then instead of using like sticker paper or anything like I usually do to create a tip in, I'm actually just kind of creating a hinge here. So I'm going to sort of fold this back on itself, and then I'm just going to apply my ATG gun to that one little section, and then this will work more like a hinge than a tip in. And this way, I'm hoping that doing it this way will help it stay closed a little bit easier. Sometimes with tip ins, they can kind of pop open, and so I'm going to kind of leave it like this. And then I decided that just to even make it more hidden, I'm going to put this flashcard down here at the bottom right-hand corner, but I'm only going to glue that open area. So I'm going to actually glue this flashcard to that one exposed corner, and then this little flashcard will hold this entire page closed. So it will just keep it even that much more hidden. So I decided to just use my liquid adhesive here. That way I can kind of wiggle this journaling card into place. And I'm also just trying to make sure that this is going to work the way that I think it's going to work in my head. So I'm just holding it down here, giving it a minute to dry, and then making sure that I'll still be able to like pull out, pull open that paper if I want to. So I'm kind of just holding that closed, and then I decided to make a little fold on there. So I just am using a ruler, kind of lining it up parallel with the pattern paper, and then I'm just gently folding back on that flashcard, and that's just going to make it so it's easier. And then there's a lot of verses in the story about this the woman at the well and her encounter with Jesus, and where he's talking about him being the living water. And so there are several verses that go along with this that were referenced in the devotional, and I want to write them out. So I'm just taking another piece of that dot grid paper, and I am making basically one big journaling spot here. And it's also just kind of going to rest behind that living water flashcard there. So you can kind of see I did the same exact thing. I just glued it down along the left side and kind of made a hinge, and then it'll just kind of stay tucked behind that flashcard on the right hand corner. And now here on the left, I have this journaling card that says "We are not enough." That's from the actual devotional. And then I'm just going to take some of this same pattern paper, just kind of pulling it all together, and I'm going to create a pocket over here on the left side, and that is also going to house some more of the journaling and scriptures and stuff that are in the devotional. So I'm going to use this journaling card also as a way to hide some more of the notes and things from the devotional. So you can see I'm trying to kind of move everything out of the way and get to the scriptures. And I've just decided I would really quickly decorate the front cover. I kind of dove right into the hidden parts of it and forgot to work on the cover. So I'm taking the same pattern paper and just flipped it over so that you have that beautiful dress form on there. And I thought I would maybe add some of that dot grid paper behind there, but I didn't really like how that looked. So I'm just going to add this strip over on the left side of this card just to give it some more interest for the cover. I'm not going to do a lot of decorating with the cover. I spent a lot of time with this writing out the scriptures and everything, and so I spent more of my time studying, so I didn't have a whole lot of time to spend on the actual art, which is, in my opinion, the way that it should go anyway. So anyway, I have these clear stickers that you can get that coordinate with the kit, and I am going to spell out the title of this day 7, which is at the well, and I'm just putting that on that same dot grid craft colored paper, and I'm just kind of trimming it down here until it looks about centered roughly. It's not perfect, but it's close enough. And then I'm going to take another piece of pattern paper that has that same kind of greenish blue color, and I'm just going to create kind of a mat for my title just to give it a little bit more interest, so it's not just kind of lost on the cover here. And then just trimming down a little bit there, and it will sit up at the top. And then I also want to indicate that this is day 7. So I pulled out from my stash, I have these little craft paper, and they're actually stickers, and they come in really handy. I have them in kind of all different shapes and sizes. And so I'm using the numbers that come in the kit, and I'm just indicating that this is day 7. And then I will go ahead and glue down this title card here on the front. And that's basically going to do it for the cover. I left it really simple. The beautiful pattern paper, it really just didn't need anything else, at least to my own eye. So on the inside here, I have this journaling card. I'm going to write out some scriptures on the back of that. And then there were some other ones that I also wrote out. So you can see I have a couple of the tags here. One is from the digitals, and then one is just from my stash. I used some fabric on the top of that one, I sewed a button on the top of the other, and then I also have some scripture kind of hidden behind these tags, and then I'm going to glue down. I'm going to actually make a tip in for this journaling card, and so just like I've done other times, I use my leftover clear sticker paper for this. You could definitely use washi if you wanted to. I just never think about it when I'm writing it out, to allow myself enough room to make sure that my journaling doesn't get covered by the washi tape. So it's just as easy for me to go ahead and use this clear sticker paper. So that's what I'm doing here. I'm just making sure that I'm doing it on both the front and the back. That way I'm covering the exposed edge of the sticky sticker paper from the front side. And then I'm just going to burnish it down to kind of help it stay closed, and also to make it kind of disappear a little bit easier. And that will create my little tip in there. And then the last thing that I want to do, just to kind of give this some more interest, is I'm taking one of the little stickers that came in the kit, and these are the zippers, and I'm actually going to open this up. I did this before on another page. So I'm just taking my X-Acto knife and I'm running down the center of this zipper just to make it so that I can adhere it down so that it looks like it's open. So I have to kind of go back and trim it out just a little bit. I went, just cut down around the little zipper part and then straight down. And so I just am trying to be careful here that I don't actually cut it apart completely. And then when I pull it up off of the paper, I'm going to pull it from the bottom, and then you can see that now I have like an open zipper. So I'm just going to glue that on the left side of my little tip in here, and I stuck the one side back on my hand so it wouldn't get stuck down to the paper, because this, once it's stuck down, it's hard to get back up. So, and then I'm just very slightly opening up the zipper just a little bit and then adhering that down, and it just makes it look like that zipper's open. So anyway, that really wraps up everything. So be sure to check out Jade's channel and find out what she did for her version of this word hidden. You can see I have lots of little tuck spots, and my prayer is back in there. And so if you have any questions, feel free to leave them below. If you like this video, I'd appreciate it if you give it a thumbs up. Subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. And until next time, bye.